Hey, what is going on, my tech friends? Welcome to my brand new channel. Woot woot! No, that was kind of stupid. Anyways, make sure that you subscribe for some awesome new videos. On this channel, we will be doing tech reviews as well as Hackintosh related entities. It should be fun. Alright, now let's get back to the video. So on Monday, Apple has released a brand new operating system, Mac OS X Yosemite, and also iOS 8. Well, today we will be making an install for Yosemite and installing on a Hackintosh. So let's get started. Also, a quick disclaimer. Make sure that you install Yosemite on a separate partition. I've learned the hard way by using my main partition and realizing that Yosemite is far from being finished. Alright, let's get started. So first things first, you're going to need a couple of things. So you're going to need a flash drive. 8 gigabytes is actually the size that you want. You do not want 4 or 6, you want 8 or higher. Any lower, it will not be big enough. Alright, and then we also need some other files, so let me bring this over here, so sign in over here. There we go, how do you like that? Yeah, I know. Alright, so we're going to need the operating system itself. Good luck on finding this by yourself, because I am not going to leave any links at all. And then also you're going to need MacPwn for Yosemite DP, so developer preview. Alright, so what you need to do is you need to take your flash drive and you need to plug it in. So I'm doing that right now. And don't worry, I've tested this before. And the other way that's on YouTube, Alright, so now that I have my flash drive inserted, you can see how I actually did do this before, so I know that this does work. And by the way, MacPwn, this is the only way that I got it to work on my computer. There's another way on YouTube, but that didn't work for me, and plus, MacPwn is just so much easier to use. It is unbelievable. I'm surprised that I didn't even know about this before. Alright, well, this is what we need to do. So first things first, we need to go into Disk Utility. So go into Spotlight and type in Disk Utility, or you can go into your applications and click on Utilities and then Disk Utility. Alright, so what we need to do is first go to our flash drive, make sure it's a flash drive, not a hard drive or anything, and then click on Partition, or you can just use Erase. Either way, they still do the same exact thing, but I'm just going to use Partition because it's a little more advanced. Alright, so partition layout, you want it to be on one partition, and then you can name it whatever. I'm just going to call it OS X, hold on, Yosemite Installer. Alright, and then underneath options, make sure that it is underneath guide partition table, and it says that it's only used to set up or start up Intel-based Mac, but it actually will boot up on your PC. Alright, so now that we have this formatted, all we need to do is close out a Disk Utility, and then come over here, and then you want to click on MacPwn for Yosemite DP. Make sure that you get this on Nairs's website. I'll give you a link in the description. Press continue, don't worry about that, because you're not going to install it to your computer, you're going to install it to the flash drive itself. Press on continue, and then change the install location to the installer itself, which is this USB. And before we go any further, let me just say this right away, because, yeah, I should. Make sure that you have the application itself. So this is the application. Make sure that you have it in your applications folder. And once it's in there, then you can come over here and click on Customize. So this is the things that you want to have checked. Advanced installation, bootloader, and this is what you wanted on Clover. And if you're a little bit more familiar with Clover, then you can choose, but this is what I'm going to use. And this also works for older motherboards. And my motherboard, it does have UEFI, but it just works better to use the non-UEFI version. And then my graphics is not supported, so this is a little bit new since me trying to do this yesterday. My graphics is supported, so I do not need that, but if yours isn't, or you're not sure, then you might need that. So might as well just say that. And then Master Boot Record Patch, that's what MBR stands for. Basically, if you have a hard drive that has Windows on it, and then you want to partition it and install Mac on it as well, you do need this. You need this. Master boot record is what Windows uses as their partition table, as I said just before. And then custom kext, so if you require kext for your motherboard or just anything else in your computer, just read below right here and figure out the instructions, because it's pretty simple. And once you do that, then we can press on install. Remember, make sure that you have the application in your applications folder. If you do not, it will not work at all. Type in your password and let it go. Alright, so now that we are finished, and you can see that it is finished, it looks pretty finished to me, all we got to do is keep the USB device left plugged into the computer and reboot, go into the boot menu, and then boot on the non-UEFI version of the USB. So let's go do that. So F12, spam it. There we go. And then right here it says Toshiba Transmemory PMAP, which is our flash drive. So you just want to select that. Alright, so as you can see somewhat, that there is the names of the partitions. So I'm gonna see this one right here, boot Mac OS X from OS X Yosemite installer, and then just press enter right on it. Alright, so now that we are booted in, we can just press next, because this is the language area and I'm pretty sure that I speak English. And then if you zoom out, or if I zoom out, and then at the top you click on utilities and then click on disk utility, you'll see this pop up. And basically what we need to do in here is we need to click on our partition. So I actually had to make a partition on my SSD because I found out that I actually had Windows on this, and I'm not going to make a new installer. So anyways, go over to your partition, and if you need to make one, what you need to do is you need to click on your hard drive and then press the plus symbol, but I already maxed out my hard drive, so I'm fine. I don't need to do that, but what I need to do is I need to select my partition, tell it to be the format Mac OS X Extended Journaled, and then Yosemite SSD is what I'm going to call it. You can name it whatever. I don't really care. And then press on erase, and since it's a solid state drive, it's already done. And then press continue, continue, agree, and then click on Yosemite, whatever you called your Yosemite partition, and then make sure that you press customize. And then let me zoom in so you can see it better. So as you can see up here, it gives you some options, and this is what you need to have selected. These three things at the top, and then depending on your computer you might need this, the bootloader, but I already have mine installed. And then my graphics is unsupported, or you're not sure, but mine is supported because I get full 1080p. So I'm good on that. And then you want these all checked. These install network, audio, and then the final steps. Alright, press continue. And then it is going to be installing Yosemite on your solid state drive or your hard drive, whatever partition that you are using. Alright, so it looks like it is finished and it's going to automatically restart. So all we need to do is just let it load, and let me zoom out. There it goes. Looks like it is booting properly. Yep, yes it is. And now all we gotta do is boot from the, okay, so it's, you have to keep on going. So Yosemite SSD. So just press enter, and you'll see it boot up. Alright, so there it goes. It's asking me to set up. So blah 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 blah. Do not tell it to connect to anything, because it will not work quite yet. And then do not tell it to transfer any information, or if you want to, you could. And then I'm just gonna set up everything. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn, or actually I'm gonna keep this one on and then turn off send diagnostics, and then no hint, and there we go. There it goes. So it says it is setting up the Mac. So it's basically finished, and you've just installed Yosemite on your computer.